Imagine a weapon so dangerous, humans didn't invent it. It was brought to Earth, hand-delivered not to save humanity, but to test it. A knowledge so destructive that the ones teaching it gave a warning before they spoke a single word. They looked the student in the eye and said, "Learning this will literally cost you your soul." And people still lined up to learn it. This isn't mythology. This isn't a dark fantasy novel. This happened in the ancient sprawling city of Babylon, a civilization obsessed with the stars, with unseen power, with absolute control. Allah sent down 2 angels. Their names were Harut and Marut, and they carried something that would fracture human history forever. Sihr, dark magic. But here is the question that should stop you in your tracks. Why would Allah, the most merciful, send angels to teach humans something that could destroy them? Why introduce magic to a world that was already struggling with belief? To understand that, you have to understand the nature of a test. And you have to understand what happens when a human being is handed the illusion of absolute control. Let's go back to Babylon. The people there were already dabbling in the occult. They were chasing the unseen. But what they had was fragmented. So Allah sent Harut and Marut. But these angels did not come as corruptors. They came as a precise, terrifying mirror for the human heart. The Quran records their exact protocol in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 102. They did not teach anyone without first saying, "We are only a test, so do not disbelieve." Pause and sit with that. They didn't hide the consequences. They didn't sell it as self-improvement or ancient wisdom. They told you directly to your face that taking this knowledge was an act of kufur, disbelief. It would exit you from the mercy of Allah. You will lose your akhirah. And the people of Babylon heard that warning. They looked at the fire. They understood that it would burn them forever. And they reached their hands in anyway, because the intoxication of power is that strong. When a person believes they can bend reality to their will, bypass the decree of Allah, and force an outcome they want, they will trade eternity for it. But out of all the things they could have learned from these angels, out of all the incredible, reality-bending powers they could have extracted, what did the humans choose to focus on? What was the ultimate prize they took from Harut and Marut? The Quran tells us with surgical precision, they learned from them that by which they cause separation between a man and his wife. Of all things, not how to overthrow kings, not how to summon mountains of gold, how to break a marriage. Why? Why is this the pinnacle of dark magic? Because Iblis knows that the foundation of any society is the family unit. You don't need to destroy an army to conquer a nation. You just need to break the home. If the husband and wife are at war, the children are lost. The entire society crumbles from within. In a famous hadith we are told about Iblis placing his throne upon the water. He sends out his demons to cause mischief. One demon comes back and says, "I made a man drink." But Iblis says, "You did nothing." Another says, "I made a man steal." And Iblis says, "You did nothing." Then another demon comes forward and says, "I did not leave a man alone until I separated him from his wife." And Iblis brings him close and says, "You have done well." This is the ultimate destruction, because magic is not just about parlor tricks. It is an inversion of the natural order. It takes what Allah has bound together in mercy and tranquility and shatters it with malice and deception. And those who practice it deceive themselves. But the Quran gives us a massive reassurance. It establishes a golden rule. They cannot harm anyone with it, except by permission of Allah. The magician has no independent power. They are not gods. They only operate within the boundaries of what Allah allows as a test. Magic is a test. It is a severe trial for the one who practices it and the one who is afflicted by it. But it is not absolute. If you are terrified of magic, you have forgotten who is truly in control. Allah is the creator of the magician. He is the creator of the magic itself. and He is the ultimate protector. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us the ultimate shield. He didn't give us a complicated ritual. He gave us words of light. The Muawwidhatayn, Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. When you recite them, you are wrapping yourself in the armor of Allah, and no magician, no demon, can ever harm you. Magic relies on fear. It feeds on your paranoia. But when you remember Allah, that fear vanishes. The illusions shatter, and the magician's plot is exposed for what it is: weakness. So do not be afraid. Seek refuge in Him every single morning and every single night. Guard your heart with the remembrance of Allah, because magic, no matter how powerful it seems, is nothing but a fleeting illusion. It will fade away like dust, but the truth of Allah remains forever. Let's pause and go back to Babylon for a moment. Harut and Marut fulfilled their divine mission. They delivered the ultimate test, and they gave the warning clearly. But the people of Babylon made their choice. They took this dark knowledge and turned it against their own people. They didn't use it to build an empire. They used it to destroy their own homes, tearing husbands and wives apart out of pure envy. The great city of Babylon didn't fall because of a foreign army. It crumbled from the inside out. They traded their eternal souls for a cheap, destructive illusion, leaving behind a dark legacy that would echo through history. The warning remains. The choice is yours. Will you fall for the illusion or seek the truth? Peace be upon those who follow guidance. If this knowledge helped you, subscribe for more videos and comment, "I trust in Allah's decree" below. Assalamu alaikum.